Hi, this is Keeper, and welcome back to On Air, Direct Selling Live's new news and information show. This is the second and last of our two broadcasts where we're here to look at XANGO and their Go 2011 Global Convention. After today, On Air will begin a daily show November 1st at 4 o'clock Pacific Time, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. It will be daily, Monday through Friday. So be sure to come back for all new news and information. Before we jump into the XANGO experience, an interesting email came to me just recently. It came from the MLMIA, and it's something you should all be aware of, and it's also something you should all take action on. It is once again talking about the FDA looking to really restrict supplements and ingredients that go into supplements, so that companies that actually reside in direct selling have a very difficult time selling their products to consumers. I'm going to just read what the email said off of my BlackBerry here. It goes on to say, once again, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, has proposed restrictions on the use of nutritional supplements that go into effect on October 1st, 2011, unless sufficient opposition is offered. The plan is to classify supplements introduced after October 1994 as new dietary ingredients, subject to expensive and prolonged testing and verification. A lot of the ingredients that they're talking about go into a number of direct selling supplements. So if you can imagine, it's going to have tremendous impact on the development, on the research, and the cost, and your ability to sell your product. Now, just imagine, and I'm sure it's not going to take much imagination to figure out who's behind all of this. Only wealthy pharmaceutical companies have the assets to undertake such testing and approval process, which would cost in the tens of millions of dollars per item. The result would be to eliminate supplement manufacturers from competition. Hello? And raise the cost of these items astronomically. For instance, if you now pay $50 for a supplement, that would be $250 to $500 if this law were to go into effect. Some items would be financially out of reach for most people. This particular attack is directed at us here in direct selling. So when you see this petition come across, you must sign it. Now this goes to another matter. Right now in Direct Selling Live, we have the 2012 Home-Based Business Direct Selling Tax Initiative petition. This petition is not so much about taxes as much as it is about unifying us as a community. So when the time comes, we can rise up and let the politicians know through our votes that if you do not back us, if you do not support us, we will not vote for you. It's only through unifying our voices that will allow us to stop such lawsuits or stop such restrictions aimed at us here in the direct selling community by, say, parts of the government like the FDA. I'll get back to this later. This tax petition is at the very bottom. Sign it. It is not just about taxes. Once again, it's about us unifying as distributors, as home-based businesses, so we can do something about this. Because as independent companies, we stand very little chance of doing anything about it. We have to rally. Obviously, our associations at this point are not interested in rallying us, so Direct Selling Live is more than happy to take the lead on this. Now, to the XANGO experience. What a fascinating weekend it has been. Today I had the pleasure, and I'm just going to read from some notes here. I had the pleasure of speaking with John Bruckner. He and his partner James Jensen of BC3 are the brains, are the creators behind the OnDemand Technology that XANGO is using, and it is a technology that I believe every company in direct selling should be using. It is not the future of business to consumer communications. It is the present. It is absolutely a beautiful thing. Just really quick, a couple of things, because I'm going to get into a conversation that I had with Lina Larson, the marketing communications manager for XANGO, that I think you'll find most fascinating. And speaking to John, when you look at the on-demand technology, this is just scratching the surface of what this can do. Not only can you watch from 5 different camera angles at one time, you can also have on-demand language translation You can have distributors all over the world and customers all over the world, and they can translate up to 5 different languages right then and there. The technology is absolutely fantastic. There is, of course, you know, your stop and your rewind. But one of the other beautiful things from a company standpoint is this technology, and I've seen it firsthand, and you can actually look on Direct Selling Live, you click on our link, because we are a broadcast partner, the only media broadcast partner in Direct Selling who's doing this with XANGO, this on-demand event. You can have a storefront right there just below the player. So you have point of sale opportunities. It is fantastic. Right there on ours, you see all the buttons that go through Direct Selling Live. It is really, really great. We're going to be doing a much broader story on John Bruckner and James Jensen before the end of the year, because we're going to focus on this technology. This technology that they have will definitely be one of the must-have items for success in direct selling in 2012 when we come out with that list in February. XANGO. The conference is wrapping up this weekend. They're just over there doing a lot of things. Today was a lot of breakout sessions. Of course, a number of you have been to these with your companies. The XANGO one is really not all that different. It's learning, it's education. But one of the things I had the opportunity to do today was speak to one of the architects behind the on-demand presentation. It is the brainchild of Aaron Garrity, CEO and chairman of XANGO, but at the same time it's part of the whole XANGO upper management's vision of delivering the absolute best, not only in products, but in technology. Just so you know, I'm not in the business of recommending a company or a product. That is totally up to you. I'm here just to deliver information and let you know what my experience was all about. I'm more than happy to come out to any other company and take a look at them and, you know, report as well on air. We'll be more than happy to do that. I got a chance to speak to Lina Larson. As I said, she is the marketing communications manager for XANGO. And she went on to say that this whole on-demand experience is the brainchild of Aaron, and that the founders charged them with this. You have to come up with a delivery system so that we can deliver live if we choose and or on demand. We don't want it 6 months from now. We don't want to do it next year. We want to do it today. They did not want to wait, the founders over there. That would be Joel Morton, Gordon Morton, Aaron Garrity, Brian Davis, Kent Wood, and Gary Hollister. Just a visionary company with some visionary people behind it. It is incredibly cost effective, and I'll give you the example of it. Mexico, they had a lot of distributors who could not come due to visa issues. And imagine this, you're a company, you've got distributors all around the world, and you know not every one of them, even if they wanted to, could not fit in the arena. So how do you deliver the information to them real time, right now, so they can go out and use it without having to worry about or be concerned about when their upline is going to bring it to them? I'm sure all of you would love to be able to do that. A lot of you are thinking about it, but this technology that BC3 has is the technology that works right now. It is going off without a hitch. It's really, really cool. So what Mexico did, because they had a lot of distributors, Mexico, XANGO Corporate in Mexico, they decided that they were going to offer the on-demand broadcast, but this is how they did it. They sold tickets to the on-demand broadcast for the actual price. When XANGO decided to price out their convention a year ago, they started selling it at a particular price point. They offered that price point for the on-demand, and that's how they got to the price. Whether or not it is a good price point or not so good a price point, all that remains to be seen. They'll make adjustments here and there for the next year, and of course, it will be something that will be part of every XANGO experience from here on out. So what Mexico did, they had the distributors come to the party, and they had an absolute gala event. I mean, they rolled out the red carpet from what I understood. In order to come to the event, you had to buy the on-demand, which was great. So you came to XANGO Corporate in Mexico. You got this tremendous all-day party. You got to watch some of the on-demand that was broadcast yesterday. And then as you were leaving, you were given a log-on and a password, so then you could go back home invite your downline, you invite your prospects to watch the 3-day on-demand experience. Now that's just one way of how you could use it, and it's certainly one way that XANGO has figured out how to use this in a most cost-effective way, in a way that serves the needs of everyone, corporate, people here, and those who could not make it. It is absolutely beautiful. XANGO, they're in there having a great time. They have somewhere between 5,500 and 6,000 people here. They've sold thousands of on-demand packages. The on-demand package, because it was originally just going to be October 31st with unlimited viewing, they have now pushed that out to the end of the year. So even if you're a distributor or you're not a distributor, you want to see what this is all about, you can still purchase this through Direct Selling Live or definitely through XANGO. Lina Larson was also saying the key to all of this for them is not so much this year, and I happen to agree. It's not so much this year, it's what you do with this technology and this information going forward. It's a beautiful thing. This XANGO weekend, I think it's very similar to a lot, except in this respect. The culture of XANGO, I think, is very different. There are kids running all around this place, and I'm sure that happens at a lot of these major centerpiece events. But what I found interesting was there was no one asking the kids to be quiet, to get out of the room. They were just letting them do their thing. There are so many young people here. Man, so many young people. I would say a third of all the people here have to be under 30. A third. That is a huge ratio. XANGO really has a good thing going. And I think from my standpoint, it was an absolute good thing to see, because you really get an understanding of what a company who is looking to move forward in the future looks like. You get an opportunity to see what a visionary company looks like. This is the last of our 2 shows. As I said, once again, we will be back November 1st, 4 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Eastern time, when On-Air goes daily, Monday through Friday. The very first show, certainly in light of the supplement thing, will be about associations. Are they really leading? Because even with our tax initiative, not one association has decided to sign on and back it. And yet that tax initiative serves the distributors, it serves the companies, and it also puts politicians on notice that we are a community to be reckoned with. So it's going to be interesting, because they should back this. If they could send a supplement petition to me and ask me to sign, then the MLMIA should definitely be behind the tax petition. We'll get into that on November 1st. Thank you for joining me here on air. See you in about 4 or 5 weeks.